Good evening, everyone. As you know, it is widely expected that the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates sometime this year. And today, we got another batch of economic data that bolsters that case. But there's one piece that's been missing from that equation: inflation. And that's where a new government report comes in on the price of something near and dear to all of us: egg prices. The Department of Agriculture reports the prices are at an all-time high, following the worst outbreak of bird flu in decades. It's basically classic supply and demand: fewer eggs, higher prices. And as Morgan Brennan reports from Des Moines, Iowa, the shortage, not just for eggs, may be far from over.
Avian flu. Officials now call it the worst animal virus outbreak in U.S. history. It's been more than 2 months since the last case was detected, but the damage is done. 48 million chickens and turkeys had to be destroyed, the lion's share in Iowa. After months of uncertainty, state officials are finally lifting the quarantines affecting so many parts of the state. And now, some farmers are starting to restock. The first in Iowa to welcome new birds is Brad Moline, whose 43,000 turkey farm became infected in May.
It was a huge relief, no question about it.
His new turkeys will begin hitting the market later this fall. Farms in Minnesota are beginning to repopulate as well, but so far it's turkey operations, not yet egg facilities, which suffered the steepest losses.
We anticipate there'll be birds back in barns as early as September in some cases, certainly ramping up through the end of this year, and really strong egg production coming back on the start of 2016.
Still, it'll take about 12 to 18 months for U.S. production to return to normal. In the meantime, egg prices have soared, with a wholesale price for a dozen Midwest large eggs up more than 140% since April. Analysts expect prices to remain elevated into 2016. But even as farmers begin to get back to business, the entire industry is bracing for more bird flu this fall, when waterfowl carrying the virus fly south. Producers, state officials, and the USDA are scrambling to prepare.
We are preparing for the fall and spring. We've got a lot of planning going on within USDA, but also within the states themselves, especially all of the major poultry producing states and with the industry.
Farmers are beefing up biosecurity and performing routine tests on flocks. And in many poultry producing states, including Georgia and North Carolina, which haven't been hit by bird flu, response drills. The USDA says it will also have a vaccine ready if the need arises. But it's not just farmers and consumers feeling the impact of bird flu. The ripple effects extend here to the Iowa State Fair, which normally has 1,000 poultry exhibits. Because of bird flu, fairs across the U.S. are banning live birds, instead filling the space with pictures and educational displays. For a Nightly Business Report, I'm Morgan Brennan in Des Moines, Iowa.